Inside MLFB on SGPN is presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET and get $200 on free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold hard cash with their over-under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by IPVanish. IPVanish is the official VPN of SGPN, and they're offering 70% off if you go to IPVanish.com/SGP. That's IPVanish.com/SGP. And make sure to check out our new Discord server, the perfect place to interact and sweat bets with the entire SGPN crew. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Jalen, welcome. Thank you for sitting down with us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're a professional football player finally. How does that feel?
It's definitely been an amazing feeling thus far. Still kind of taking it in. It's been a long journey for me, just kind of being able to get that opportunity finally. So now that it's here, I'm definitely excited to say the least.
Awesome. So you mentioned a long journey. Talk to us about how did you end up here? What is Jalen Jones' journey to get to Major League Football?
Oh man, where do I start? I guess quick backstory college-wise. So I've been to a few different schools. I'm from Maryland. Had a pretty good senior season. Was able to go and sign with New Mexico State out of high school. I was there for my freshman year. Ended up transferring and going to junior college in Monroe College, New York, New Rochelle, New York. So did pretty well there. From there, I landed at Troy. Had a little setback with the injury, so I had a surgery there. Ended up having to go take care of my grandma. So after a while, I used a hardship waiver. And unfortunately kind of ran out of time with Division I, so I ended up having to fall down to Division II, which was fine. I found myself at St. Augustine's University in Raleigh, North Carolina. And had a good few games there as well. But once again, it's a small mishap with an injury. Bigger mishap with COVID, and that's where everything kind of started to, push out. And what made my journey a little long there. COVID slowed down the rehab, so literally in the middle of, going to therapy and everything, getting back together, I had to stop. Man, it just got prolonged from there. A lot of the leagues like this that are giving individuals in my situation a beautiful opportunity. They just hadn't started up yet. Like they had a little, timeline before it. So just been kind of, staying patient. Staying ready and just waiting for that opportunity. And then, grace of God, it finally came. So a little quick summary, but that's how we got here.
I mean, that's got to be challenging going from being a recruited player at New Mexico State, having to bounce to JUCO and then to Troy, and just, what kind of helped you get through that? What was, your focus, your drive?
Honestly, I feel like my mindset has been something that's been able to keep me really focused. Wherever I went, I really just tried to be, the best leader, and really just learn everything. I feel like, as a person in my perspective, in my position, instead of being, kind of antsy and jittery and, kind of scared going from, place to place, you really just have to, establish yourself. And you do that by, being the first one in, last one out, learning your playbook. As a quarterback, you're only good as where you know to put your eyes at. So, the faster I can do that, the faster I can come into any situation and really be ready to go right away. So I think that's something that's been able to help me throughout, each journey and each stop that I've been to in my career so far.
Awesome. So you talked about working, getting better, what have you been doing to stay ready for this pro opportunity?
For sure. Two things for the physicals and then the mental. So obviously, training. Whenever I'm in North Carolina, I bounce back and forth between North Carolina and Maryland. Whenever I'm in North Carolina, shout out to my trainer, Anthony Boone. I get out to Charlotte and get some good work in with him. When I'm in Maryland, I work out with my receivers that I played in New Mexico State with, Teldrick Morgan, as well as a couple of other guys that I get a chance to work with, just to work on just being able to make every throw, off-platform throws, different angles. You can just work in all the different things that I could see. But once again, this game is so mental for a quarterback. So I came across, shout out to Kurt Warner. I came across his YouTube channel, and he has some amazing stuff on there, like really amazing. He breaks down a lot of different quarterbacks. So, I watch all of them. I even get a chance to watch some of the guys that I feel like play, a lot alike with myself, such as like a Deshaun Watson and stuff like that. So I get to watch him go and break them down and see things that, maybe I didn't know to look at before. And then lastly, I coach a little bit. So Shout out to Mary's Ridge High School in Maryland. But, I work out with those guys and train those guys. So a lot of times I'll be telling, the quarterback, some small things. I'm like, I wonder if that was the reason why I might have had, a little something off with this one. So I'll go back, I try myself, I'm like, oh, okay. So, kind of analogy, breaking it down, teaching them something and realizing like it's something I need for myself. I think that's been able to really help me grow the most in a time where I haven't really been able to play for anybody in the last 3 years.
So you mentioned watching Kurt Warner's YouTube, but I understand you've also been working out with a spring football legend as well with PJ Walker. What's that like, learning from a man who lived the spring football dream? He was a spring football standout and now he's got an NFL contract. How's that been beneficial to you?
So it's been good. A little funny story. So when I was in high school, before I ended up committing and going to New Mexico State, my bye week of that season, I actually took a visit to Temple. Because they felt as though they had a quarterback need, so they brought me in there. And so, ironically, if you look back, PJ Walker's breakout game was back in 2013 against UConn. I was definitely at that game. so he went off, and I like I said, my journey and path kind of took me to New Mexico State. But it's kind of crazy how that happens because fast forward 7 years, now he works out with Anthony Boone's because he's located in Charlotte. So I got a chance to get out there before I went to the DC showcase for XFL. Just as I was really getting back into the swing of things. I've been back throwing consistently and working out consistently since February or so. So wanted to get out there and really just test myself. I think the biggest thing in my position or somebody in my position is, being out of the game for 3 years. Am I really actually good enough? Like, that you're good, but obviously that, it's the next level for a reason. So am I next level material? So I really just wanted to get out there and see him throw the ball, see myself throw the ball, even if I'm not even at my best that day, what I normally look like or, how I know I can play when it's time to go. And it's been good, so we connected there, exchanged numbers, and sometimes I'll send him a clip like, hey, man, did I do this better? Did I do this right? He'll give me his feedback on that. We stay in contact. I talked to him the other day. I just texted back and forth, let him know I'm hitting off to this, he get ready for camp and everything on his end as well. So it's been good. It's definitely been like just like a mentor aspect, big brother aspect. I believe he's like probably a year or two so older than me. So it's definitely been good for me for sure.
Awesome. So make sure to get down on the Wins Bet 50 Win $200 promotion, where a $50 bet qualifies you for up to $200 in free bets. Bet $500 on sports or casino before July 31st, 2022. Get entered to win the ultimate fantasy football draft experience at Encore Beach Club, including a 2-night stay at Wynn Resorts for you and your entire league. Multiple entries allowed. There's so much to choose from, and all you have to do is download the WynnBet app or visit wynnbet.com to get started. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. SGPN's also offering a free home run derby contest exclusively on the SGPN app. Be sure to go download the free app and enter today. Winner gets a $200 gift certificate to the SGPN store. Now on to Sleeper. Sleeper is the fastest growing fantasy platform today with millions of players. You probably already have a fantasy league on there. I use it for all of mine. It's a game-changing product unlike anything else in the industry, and now you can make money on Sleeper too by playing their new over-under game. It's super simple. First, in any sport, choose 2 or more players that you like and pick the over-under. For example, the number of points in basketball or hits in baseball. Then choose the amount of money you want to enter into the contest. If you pick correctly, you can win anywhere from 2 to over 20 times your money you put in. The main reason I'm excited about Over Under on Sleeper is that it's the only app where I can join my buddies' contests and play together. It's got a built-in group chat where I can see and copy my friends' picks with the tap of a button. It's insanely fun to ride it out together. Stop what you're doing and download Sleeper to play their new Over Under game. Have fun with your friends and make some money. What does it mean to have an opportunity like this, just a league where players can have a chance, like you who got bumped by COVID, or a guy who maybe gets overlooked? I know one of your teammates, Akil Greer, someone who has pro measurables but got overlooked. What's this league mean to guys like you and Akil?
I mean, you just said it. It means opportunity. It means a fair opportunity. Not to say that, there's not fair opportunities elsewhere, but, this league is a place where I feel like, what you've done before, it really didn't matter. More so is what was on the tape. And also, what kind of man are you? I feel like, that was something that Coach Wilson and I had a great conversation about with our first call. And I think that there's a lot of guys here that, whether it was Division II, myself, I'm an individual that's played on multiple levels in college. But there's some guys that are here. I played Division II, Division III, NAIA, I'm sure, NAIA, excuse me, I'm sure. So, just being in a position where, for a second, all accolades are kind of white. Your film is impeccable, so it got you in here. Coaches saw opportunity and wanted to give you a chance. The way that the league set up is really set up for everybody to really, have an opportunity to really, get guaranteed film as well. I think that's something that's beautiful. And it really just puts everybody in the best position to where, you come in, you play your game, really just focus in and lock in for a very short amount of time too. We're only here for, 5 games. I'm going to go ahead and speak it into existence. Mm-hmm. I want that championship for sure. So you're here for 5 weeks, not including camp, to really just lock in and get what you need to really get yourself, back in the game how you would like to be. So I think it's a beautiful opportunity, honestly.
Awesome. So you talked about working with Coach Wilson, having spoken with him. What's it like to play for a coach and start learning from a coach who's got as much experience as he does?
It's been good, man. I'm gonna be honest. I honestly got excited the more and more. I didn't really know about Coach Wilson as much to start, but obviously I'm gonna do my research. And as I did more my research, I found myself doing more research because it was just his track record is so impeccable. I ended up checking out some of the guys he's had in the past. Watching the film, seeing their numbers, and I'm at this point I'm really looking at my chops now because I one thing I for sure would want to be in if I'm gonna put something on tape and get a chance to show myself to this league and others is my ability to do things all over the field, both of my legs, and my ability to really be able to make every throw on the field. So I think that his offense allows me to show that, and some of the guys he put out, the guy Casey from Jackson State a few years ago. Was probably the most notable for me. I've been watching him play in a couple games on YouTube for the last week and a half. Just learning, just seeing different things that may translate with what we're working with now with this system for our team. And I'm excited, honestly. I like how his system is set up for an individual with my skill set to play.
Why have so many pro leagues overlooked players like you, coaches like Coach Wilson? Why is it taken until now for y'all to get an opportunity?
I think sometimes it just kind of comes down to the, not necessarily what you've done, but where it is that you did it maybe. I'm not really sure. At the end of the day, there's tons of great football players out here. So, it's no knock on anybody, that has gotten the opportunity. But, sometimes beyond being a good, great football player, good, great coach, networking is so, important, not even in football, but in life. Honestly, I've learned that just, in the business aspect of things of my life too. So, I think that's really what it comes down to. But at the end of the day, when you get your opportunities, even if you get your opportunity and it's not as big of an opportunity as maybe the people that you're competing to your left and your right, it's really just being ready to go. Really being ready to go, being able to take advantage, execute, and really show the individuals that's watching you, or maybe even that might not be watching you in person, but they're watching the film. That hey, I can do this. I'm a guy. I might, I have as big of a name as the next person. I might not have played here in the last couple of years, but, when it comes to this game, when it comes to, for me specifically, throwing the ball, or even Coach Wilson specifically coaching, I can spin the ball with the best of them. He can coach the game with the best of them. So I think that's kind of, how people get looked over. But like I said, then they just take advantage of the opportunities when they come in. Got to work the rest out.
Now, y'all are going to be playing in Arkansas, in Little Rock, at the War Memorial Stadium. It's the first time there's been professional football in Arkansas. What's that mean to you to be a trailblazer, bringing pro football to a community like Little Rock?
It means I need to bring a championship to Little Rock. We need to bring a championship to Little Rock. So that's what it means for me personally. I honestly, I think Coach Wilson, I think it might have been he was talking to you guys maybe, but I think he said he looked back and he's seen that there was a large amount of people that came to it the last time that they had something, big or massive in the city. So
the Arena League, when it was in Little Rock, it was packed, he was saying.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to, hopefully kind of bringing that fire back to the city. It's definitely gonna be an adjustment playing in the heat. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm looking forward to just creating that environment. I want Little Rock, Arkansas to be, the hardest city to play in the MLFB. But, you have to set the tone from that. And that starts out by, winning football games, bringing the championship there. Man, we're working hard already, even before we touch the field. So I know we're going to be able to do that.
And make sure to check out our new Discord server, the perfect place to interact and sweat bets with the entire SGPN crew. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/discord. Did you have coffee this morning? Where'd you get it from? The grocery store? Out of a can? Some big bucks chain that's impersonal and doesn't care about your tastes? Well, you need to stop that, and you need to get Trade Coffee. Trade Coffee connects customers to the freshest and best tasting coffee they've ever made at home by partnering with the country's best craft roasters. These independent businesses from big cities and small towns care about you and your impact as a customer. It's an expertly tasted coffee that the trade team has worked to test thousands of coffee to keep 450 different kinds live and ready to ship every day. There's no one perfect coffee, but there is a perfect coffee for you, and Trade's human-powered algorithm will find it. Trade will send you freshly roasted beans from 60 of the country's best craft roasters, small businesses, and you can support them. Your friends may call you a snob, but you just know what coffee tastes like and when it's really perfect. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/SGP. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/SGP and let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/SGP for $30 off. Did you know that browsing online using incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? That's right, without added security, you might as well give away all your private data to hackers, advertisers, your ISP, and other prying eyes. That's why I use IPVanish VPN to make it easy to stay truly private and secure on the internet. IPVanish helps you safely browse the internet by encrypting 100% of your data. This means that your private details, password, communications, browsing history, and more will be completely shielded from falling into the wrong hands. Even your physical location will be hidden. IPVanish makes you virtually invisible online. It's that simple. You can use IPVanish on unlimited devices without sacrificing on speed, your computers, tablets, phones, even devices like your Fire Stick when you're streaming media. Whether I'm at home or in public, I don't go online anymore without using IPVanish. IPVanish is offering an incredible 70% off their yearly plan for our listeners with a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's just like getting 9 months for free. IPVanish is super easy to use. All you have to do is tap one button and you're instantly protected. You won't even know it's on. Stop sharing with the world everything you stream, everything you search for, and everything you buy. Take back your privacy today with the brand rated 4.6 out of 5 on Trustpilot. So go to ipvanish.com/SGP and use promotional code SGP and claim your 70% savings. That's ipvanish.com/SGP. What would you want to say to the people of Little Rock about what kind of player Jalen Jones is and what kind of football the Arkansas attack is going to bring to War Memorial Stadium?
Okay, for sure. I definitely want to speak about the team first. So from a football perspective, offensively speaking, you can expect Arkansas attack to really attack like at a very high level. We're going to be able to stretch the field. We have a lot of dynamic playmakers, you know, whether it be on the outside, in the backfield, at the running back spot, at the quarterback spot. All of us can go for sure. So we're going to be looking to stretch the field. We're going to be looking to put points on the board. And we're going to do it in an efficient way, I feel like. You know, the leadership with Coach Wilson and staff they're going to set us up to be great. They're going to set us up in the right positions, you know, and make everything simple. You know, the league is a very quick league in terms of weeks. You know, so I think everything is going to be very simplistic for us to execute. And when anything's simplistic and when you know exactly what you're doing, as I said before, you know, when I know where to put my eyes, you know, I don't have to worry about anything else but being dominant. You're going to see that from a team aspect, and I think that's going to give us the best chance, you know, to dominate our competition that we're going to go against. Speaking for myself, what you get from me is a true dual threat quarterback. So myself, you know, I do have speed. I am capable of running with the football, but I do look at myself as a pass-first quarterback. Like I said, I like to stand on the fact that, you know, I feel like I can make every throw on the field, and I'm looking forward to being able to show that. I'm looking forward to being able to, you know, put the offense at its, you know, full capacity where we can put the ball wherever on the field and, you know, force people to, you know, have to drop somebody out or force people to have to send somebody in the blitz, take advantage of that. You know, take advantage of when they do something to take that away. Now I'm going to pull somebody out of coverage, you know, because of my running ability when it's time for me to run the ball. So just that dynamic feel of having somebody that can really run the ball at the quarterback spot, but like I said, it's still pass first, I think is what I bring to this offense. Not only just myself, the quarterback room in general, we're very dynamic. So, and with the system of how things are going, it's not even really just about myself. I feel like, you know, the room is going to act as one quarterback, even though there'll be, you know, a couple different numbers there in each quarter. But all in all, I think that's what you can expect from us, some real good things.
Awesome. So that team attack, that team approach, and the attack are going to attack.
Exactly.
We've heard that from you. We've heard that from coaches. So it must be true at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely there for sure.
Is there any pro player that you really try to model your game after, or someone you strive to emulate?
To like in younger days, as I was really kind of crafting myself together, because before, thank God that I did meet Anthony Boone, but before I didn't meet him until about 2019, but really just started, kind of connecting with him there after that season. So I really molded my game a lot after RG3 as first, kind of coming up, as well as like Russell Wilson. But obviously, student of the game, so you watch everybody. But, to speak now, I really watch a lot of Deshaun Watson. I feel like I compare to him in terms of, I feel like he's that true dual threat quarterback that, can run, but he's a pass-first guy. That's the person that I really compare myself to. Watch a lot of film on him. A lot of people say I kind of look like him as well. Ironic, my middle name is Deshaun too, so not necessarily too many connections there outside of those, ironic ones. But overall, I feel like our games are rather similar. So I do a lot of molding at them for sure.
So you've bet on yourself in the past by transferring schools to get a better opportunity. You've bet on yourself now being here, trying to get the pro looks. Have you bet on the league and invested in it yet, because it's a publicly traded company?
So here's the thing. I obviously, as you guys know, there's been some things going on in the NFL where the whole investing gambling kind of depend on the rules on it. So I'm not all the way up to date with how the investment and being able to invest in something that you're actually playing in, how that standpoint works. But I'm gonna be honest, like everything that the setup here, I would not be scared to invest in if I'm allowed to invest. Let me say that, because they've been taking care of us. Whether it be taking care of us with the flights, taking care of us with the food, just having us very attentive with our schedules, just to set up everything being very clear when communicated to us as well. I think it's definitely something that is here to stay. I think it's something that's going to be beautiful for the game, and just the opportunities that they're giving. So I personally would not be scared to. I just I want to make sure I cross all my T's and dot all my I's before I make any
Gotta follow all the rules.
Exactly.
So one last thing. You're from Maryland.
Yes, sir.
There's a Virginia Beach team. Y'all are going to play, I think it's the last game of the season at Virginia Beach. Or you're playing, no, opening week.
Yes,
opening week, you're in Virginia Beach. How's it going to feel to play in front of, is your family going to make the trip? And how's it going to feel to play professional football in front of your family?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, again, another funny story. I actually have played a game in that stadium before. Back in the end of 2013, December, I actually played in the Chesapeake Bowl, which is an all-star game, pretty much like the DMV versus like Delaware and New Jersey or whatever. So I played on that field in December, very cold. So thank God that's not going to be cold this time. But family's not but maybe 3 hours away, I guess, or so. So and I'm from North Carolina, so it's also a pretty short drive. So definitely going to have my family and friends in the stadium for sure. Definitely looking forward to playing in front of them. A lot of people haven't seen me play in a while, to be honest with you. And we kind of spoke privately about it. But I've been kind of it's like Patrick Starr. I've been under a rock. A lot of people have forgotten that I play or didn't know that I still play. So I think that I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited because not only am I looking forward to showing people that I'm still playing football. I'm looking forward to showing people that I'm honestly probably a little bit more dynamic and just more seasoned now versus what they last saw me doing the last time that I was on the field. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I have nothing but respect for Coach Terry Shea. Somebody that I've looked up to for a while because of RG3, Matthew Stafford, Sam Bradford, et cetera, et cetera. Got a chance to talk to him on the phone a couple of times as well too. So much respect to him and his body is in terms of quarterback guru and everything or whatever. But at the end of the day, we talked about what the team name is. So on August 9th, we will do just that when we get there.
There we go. All right. Well, Jalen, thank you very much for your time. Major League Football kicking off August 9th, and the Attack are taking on the Armada in Virginia Beach. So thanks for your time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Nova, the best